Hey there everyone, it's Mouse Plays, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple iron farm design. This design is inspired by K1 Ink, but let's get right into it. So for this farm you are going to need 42 building blocks, 41 glass, 26 walls. It does not need to be a specific type of wall, just a wall, 9 trapdoors of any kind, 8 ladders, 8 signs of any kind, 5 hoppers, 4 redstone repeaters, 3 composters, 2 redstone dust, 2 chests, a piston, a redstone torch, a name tag named, 2 water buckets, a lava bucket, 3 beds of any kind, and temporary blocks. So let's go ahead and get started with this farm. So what you're going to want to go ahead and do first is you're going to want to find a flat area. Either flat or on the top of a cliff. Like if we come over here, right on top of this cliff would do perfectly as well, because all the other blocks, so right here, if we remove this one, all the other blocks are below the farm. Because what I had with my testing farm over here, an issue with was that I had a relatively kind of hilly area and iron golems could spawn outside the farm. So you're going to want to go ahead and find a flat space, or you want to build it on the top of a cliff. So now let's go ahead and head back and get started with the farm. Alright, so first what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to build up 5 temporary blocks. Find the center of your flattish area and build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, take your building blocks, place one on top, and then on top of that, place down your piston. You're going to grab your temporary blocks, go off the side, place it, and then take your building blocks and place 3 in line like this. 1, 2, 3. And then next, you're going to want to build a temporary block out, building block, temporary block. And then finish it off by 2 building blocks here. It should look like this, with the piston, the building block underneath the piston, 3, 1, 2, and then you can get rid of the temporary blocks. Now you're going to want to go ahead and grab your redstone repeaters and place them in this order: 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 on the right facing from the piston are going to face whichever way away from the piston, and the left side towards the piston. Next, you're going to want to grab your redstone dust and place 1 here and 1 here. And finally, for this area, you're going to want to place building block, 2 building blocks off of this redstone piece, like so, and then 1 building block off of this repeater here. So this is what your finished design should look like: piston, gap, redstone dust, 2 repeaters, and make sure to put them on 4-tick mode. Forgot about that. Make sure to put your repeaters on 4-tick mode. Building block, redstone dust, building block, and repeaters. So basically what this system allows for is, at the end of the farm we're going to place a redstone torch here, and this will allow for a signal to pass through, and then this will basically allow the zombie, which is going to be standing here, up and down, up and down. And then from here you're also going to want to see that these blocks allow the signal to pass through without corner blocks, so it's just a little more efficient way instead of using more redstone, because this is a beginner farm. So now we're going to move on to the villager capture chamber. So you're going to want to build a 2x3 area on top of the repeaters. So if I come down here, The repeaters are there. And then the 3x2 area is right above it. And place the beds where the pillows are away from the piston. So like so. So the pillows are not on the side of the piston. They're away from the piston. So just like that, because we're going to have 3 villagers in here. Now you're going to grab your composter. 3 composters right on the edge of the bed. This will be what turns the villagers into farmers. Just makes the farm a little more efficient. Then you're going to place down your trapdoors, like so. And then this will allow to make sure that the villagers can't go through into the zombie chamber, because then they'll die. We don't want that. Now you're going to want to go ahead and grab your glass. Come over to the side of the composter. Start here. 2, 3, and like so. And just go all the way around the farm with the glass. Like so. Once you've gone ahead and done that, you're going to want to go ahead, grab your building blocks, place 3 on either side of the piston. Do not cover up the piston. So in the end, it should look like this with your glass blocks. 3, 3, 3, including the edges. You want to add those edges too. And then the 3 beds, pillows facing away from the piston, the composters, and then trapdoors, which we're going to place our second order up here. So now the villagers cannot go through here. We can, because we can crouch, but villagers can't crouch. And that's your villager chamber. Now we're going to go ahead and finish off the zombie containment area by just adding a temporary block off of the composters, then a trapdoor, trapdoor, trapdoor. And then hop on here, and you should be able to just go 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to want to go ahead and grab your villagers in here. Now what I would use is I would go ahead and I would build a minecart rail track. So let's go ahead and let's put the villagers in here. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, and you can see they will instantly become farmers as they have picked up their work blocks. And then you're going to go ahead, take your building blocks, and cover up the top. So, like so. And you're going to leave on the end, you're going to first want to leave a gap here. And then here, you also don't want to put anything. Now this could be either side, doesn't matter which side. I prefer this side. And this is going to be where we put our hoppers to collect the iron. So if we go ahead and we place one chest here, one chest here. And then we use hoppers. So 1 hopper into the left side of the chest. And the rest of the hoppers will follow. And basically this is going to be our spawning platform. And the reason I said leave a gap is for the zombie. Now again, I'm going to use a spawn egg, but I would use a dirt staircase. I would use the same dirt staircase, expand it up so that it can reach the platform, and then lure in the zombie by jumping over this block, and they'll try and pathfind towards you, and then they'll fall down into this hole. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the zombie in there once it turns to night so he doesn't burn up. And then once you get the zombie in there, we're going to name tag it. So let's go ahead and do that. So now as you can see, it has turned to nighttime. So we're going to go ahead. You're going to want to capture your zombie like you would normally. But we're just going to skip to putting the zombie in here. And then you may have to put down one of these trapdoors. And you're going to name it. And that'll make sure that it never despawns. And then once you get them in, you can go ahead and cover that up. Alright, so it's daytime again. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the stone brick wall around the spawning platform. So you're going to start here and go all the way around. So So once you do the outside, you should have 2 brick walls left. So as you can see, we've already got an iron golem spawning. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. So we're going to go ahead and place the 2 walls on the center hopper with this and this. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to grab your signs. And you're going to place your signs like so, with 4 on the second pedestal here. And then you're going to want to grab some temporary blocks, build up onto the wall to finish this. And then you're going to want to put another sign on top. Now it's important that you put it on top of the sign and on the side of the sign, because if you put it on the side of the sign, it will look like this, and that's not good. You want it on the top, because then it'll look like this, and that's where the lava's going to be. So you just put them all around here. It doesn't matter if it's like crooked or something, that is completely fine. And you can even make it from over here. I've done it before. You just got to aim, and boom, there you go. So now, grab your lava bucket once you get back down, and place it on one of these signs, and it'll put it in this here. And then you can go ahead and grab your water buckets and put them in the corners, like so. And this will push the iron golems into the little hole. So now that you've made it back to the ground, you're going to want to go ahead and remove your temporary pillar. Pick all those blocks up. And now we're going to go ahead and grab our glass. We're going to go right under the chest, left side of the chest, and build up 8 blocks. This should bring you in this little corner. And as you can see, our farm is already working well. And if we go ahead and grab our ladders, and we build up the side, this will be your access to the chest. Alright, so once you've gone ahead and built up your pillar to your chests, you need to do one more thing to activate your farm, and then it'll be done. You're going to want to go ahead and pillar up here right next to it. You're going to grab your redstone torch and place it here. And this will start the sequence with the piston, and then your farm will start to work. And that is your farm completed. So this farm will produce you about 300 iron per hour. Depends on factors, small changes. It's not always going to be exactly that, but it will be around 300 iron per hour. I personally have this farm built in my worlds, and it does pretty well. I have like 5 stacks of iron blocks from just one overnight session. So you should be able to get lots of iron using just one of these farms. And a plus, this farm is expandable. I would suggest putting them at least 10 blocks apart, because as you can see, it's the distance with this farm here, with like spawning on an area, and make sure you find an extra flat space if you're going to do that. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this farm helps you in your world. And I'm Mouse Plays. It's been magical, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.